Good morning, students. Now, today we'll discuss about atomicity and about molecules in part 5 of chapter Atoms and Molecules. Let's see. Now, the question arises that whether atoms exist independently. No, atoms do not exist independently. They form molecules and ion, and molecule can exist independently. It shows the properties of the substance it exists independently. A molecule is in general a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together that is tightly held together by the attractive forces. And you know that atoms of the same element or of the different elements can join together to form molecules. As you know that in case of hydrogen, if we say H2, means two atoms of hydrogen join together to form a molecule of hydrogen. If I am talking about oxygen, O2, two atoms of oxygen join together to form a molecule of oxygen. But when we talk about H2O, here two different elements join together to form molecule, that is hydrogen and oxygen. If I am talking about common salt, that is NaCl, then sodium and chlorine, two different elements join together to form molecule. What is atomicity? Atomicity is the total number of atoms present in a molecule of an element or a compound. Let's see, like helium, argon, neon, these are the inert gases. These gases generally have single atom in a molecule and are called monoatomic. Monoatomic means it consists of one atom, single atom. In case of metals also you can see sodium, potassium, calcium, Ca, magnesium, Mg, these all have single atom. In one molecule they have single atom and are called monoatomic. Diatomic means consists of two atoms. If you see hydrogen, H2, two atoms are there in one molecule of hydrogen. N2, nitrogen, two atoms are there of nitrogen in one molecule of nitrogen. In the same way, chlorine is also diatomic, oxygen is also diatomic. Triatomic means it has three atoms. The molecule when has three atoms called triatomic. You can see here ozone, O3. You know when oxygen, two atoms of oxygen join together, it forms oxygen gas. And when three atoms of oxygen combine together, it forms ozone. Ozone is triatomic. Then tetratomic, when four atoms join together. In case of phosphorus, one molecule of phosphorus has four atoms. Polyatomic, it consists of more than four atoms. In case of sulfur, S8, it has 8 atoms in one molecule of sulfur. So it is polyatomic. Now you can see by this figure also, this is helium atom or molecule, but it has only, if it is molecule we are saying, then also it has only single atom. Hydrogen gas, two atoms. Oxygen, O2, two atoms. Chlorine, two atoms. This is ozone, O3. You can see three atoms of oxygen combined together to form ozone. Then this is S8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now in this you will see how these atoms combine together to form a molecule. One molecule of hydrogen has two atoms which combine together with a single bond. You can see here single bond is there in between two atoms of hydrogen. When we are talking about nitrogen, you can see here three bonds are there. So two atoms of nitrogen combine with three bonds to form a molecule of nitrogen. Oxygen has two bonds. It needs two bonds to join with because they have to complete their octet. So as per their valency, they have the bonds in between. As you know that hydrogen has single valency, So for completing its octet, it needs 2. So two atoms of hydrogen will share their valencies. This you will read in the class 10th. In further classes, you will study these all things in detail. So in this way, nitrogen has 3 valencies, it needs 3 electrons. So these two atoms share 3 electrons. So these bonding is for that. In the same way, oxygen, it shares 2 electrons. 2 atoms of hydrogen are sharing 2 electrons, and that is why there is double bond. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, these all are the halogens, and you can see these all have single bond because they are sharing only single electron in between. This is phosphorus. You can see here P4, 4 atoms together combined to form phosphorus. And in the same way, S8, that is sulfur, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 atoms combined together to form sulfur. Next you can see, this is the structure of molecule, oxygen molecule, and this is the structure of water molecule. This is about element, 2 atoms of the same element combined together, as we have done in the previous slides. And when we are talking about the compound, there are 2 or more type of elements can be there, and then 2 or more atoms can join together to form a molecule of a compound. So here this is oxygen 1 and hydrogen 2, H2O. Next you can see some more compounds like water, H2O again here, then ammonia, N, and these are H3. This also share the electrons. This is hydrogen peroxide. Its formula is H2O2. 2 atoms of hydrogen combines with 2 atoms of oxygen. Carbon dioxide, carbon is 1 and oxygen 2 atoms. So in this way you can see how do molecules form by the same elements or by the different elements. Now students will see how do elements combine to form molecule. See, we know that elements combine to form a compound in a definite ratio. So see here, water, the formula is H2O, and the elements which are present in it, these are hydrogen and oxygen. And hydrogen has mass 1 unit, oxygen has mass 16 unit. But in formula it is H2, means 2 atoms of hydrogen are there. So that is why it will be 2. So 2 ratio 16 becomes 1 ratio 8. So this is the definite proportion of hydrogen and oxygen to combine to form a molecule of water. In the same way, when we are talking about ammonia, ammonia has nitrogen and hydrogen. Its formula is NH3, means 3 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of nitrogen combined together in ratio 14/3 to form ammonia. Because nitrogen has mass 14 unit, hydrogen has mass 1 unit, so 1 multiplied 3 becomes 3. So 14 ratio 3. Then carbon dioxide, CO2, it has carbon and oxygen. The mass of carbon is 12 unit, mass of oxygen is 16 unit. And because O2 it is, so 16 multiplied 2 becomes 32. So 12 ratio 32 becomes 3 ratio 8. So in this way we can find that these all molecules are formed when the elements combine by definite ratio by mass. See, elements combine in the definite ratio by mass, as well as we can find that their number also remains definite, means ratio by number also is constant. If we are talking about H2O, always hydrogen atom will be 2 and oxygen will be 1 there. We can see here, we will make the table like this, ratio by mass, then atomic mass, and then there is a formula to get the ratio, mass ratio upon atomic mass. So when we will do it, hydrogen has 1 mass, ratio by mass is 1, atomic mass is also 1, so it comes 1. And when we are talking about oxygen, it is 8, then it is 16. and then mass ratio upon atomic mass will be 1 by 2, and when we'll write H ratio O, it becomes 2 ratio 1. Simply also we can see H2O, that 2 atoms of hydrogen and oxygen has 1 atom. Means in water the ratio by number is always 2 ratio 1, and ratio by mass is always 1 ratio 8. That's all for today. In the next video we will study about ions and their compounds. Thank you. Have a good day.